We are standing on the street where Jennifer Aniston and Owen Wilson lived with their children and dog. Not in real life, of course, but in the comedy, tear-jerking classic, Marley and Me.
That's right. This movie was released in 2008 on Christmas Day. It became the highest grossing Christmas Day film ever. It made almost $15 million on that one day. We're going to show you the house. At this house, some very important things happened, including that very tear-jerking scene. If you didn't cry in that scene, there's something wrong with you. We're going to show you that house. We're going to tell you more about it, and we cordially invite you to come along for the adventure.
Come along. Jenny and John Grogan used to live in Michigan, but it was too cold for them. You know what? I know a thing or two about Michigan because that's where I was born and raised, baby. 31 years! But anyways, they decided to move to Florida because, well, as we all know, it's much warmer in Florida. This is where they decided, well, should we start raising a family of our own? But, you know, she goes, well, I can't even take care of a plant and keep it alive. How am I going to be able to take care of a baby?
Of course, they stayed in Florida for quite a number of years. Now, after the whole idea about a baby, that's when John came up with the idea of, hey, let's get a dog and see if we can handle a dog. If we can handle a dog, maybe we can handle a baby. So sure enough, for her birthday, he snuck Jen into a dog place with the blindfold on, showed her the dogs. She fell in love with one of them. That dog became known as Marley. Of course, later in the movie, they ended up moving up to Pennsylvania so that he could work for a newspaper here. And they moved into this beautiful old farmhouse right here where some classic scenes from the movie took place. This farmhouse was actually built way back in 1830. Still standing to this day, and it played a huge role in this movie. Now, how did Marley get the name Marley? Well, John was driving down the road listening to some Bob Marley, One Love.
Bob Marley.
That's right, Bob Marley. And he said, how about Bob? Bob? Bob, you like Bob? Robert? Maybe that'd be a little more sophisticated when you get older. Nah, that didn't work. But then he said Marley. And the dog's like, yeah, Marley.
Had a ring to it.
Had a ring to it. So sure enough, they named the dog Marley. Now this dog wasn't very good. Was a terrible dog. The world's worst dog is what John called him. That's because the dog caused a lot of problems. Of course, there's the scene driving down the road. The dog jumps out the window. He's walking down the street as they're driving. Traffic's all stopped up behind him. They're honking at him. There's another scene where he goes to training school, and this very serious woman is running the class, and she says, any dog is trainable. Spoke too soon. Not Marley. Because of course, Marley got a little crazy in the class, and we won't go into great detail about it, but he wasn't a good dog. All right, let's take a closer look at this house. A bunch of interior scenes from the movie were also shot on location right here.
There were actually 22 different Labradors used in the filming of this movie. And guess what? The real John Grogan actually got one at the end of the movie. Will there be a sequel?
Maybe so. Interesting. John, if you're watching, write some more about your new dog. Let's see how he is. Is he the world's worst dog or the world's best dog? What is he?
What is he?
All right, we got some interesting pictures we found online of this place when it was set up. Of course, they didn't film this when there was actually snow on the ground, but there was snow on the ground in the movie. Interesting, right? Well, they used a bunch of fake snow, and they also had a fake snowman who would have been right up in there somewhere that Marley, of course, knocked over. Of course he did. I remember seeing him knocking the head right off that snowman. So they had like snow all over the place, about half the yard filled with snow, the other half was green. Pretty crazy. Sadly, this is the house the Grogans were living in when Marley got very sick and eventually had to be put to sleep. Marley was buried in the yard somewhere right around here. A dog has no use for fancy cars, big homes, or designer clothes. A waterlogged stick will do just fine. A dog doesn't care if you're rich or poor, clever or dull, smart or dumb. Give him your heart and he'll give you his. How many people can you say that about? How many people can make you feel rare and pure and special? How many people can make you feel extraordinary? The movie comes to an end showing this part of the yard and this telephone pole.
You know what we really want to know? Did any of you really tough guys cry when you saw this movie?
Well, did you?
Did you?
Put it down there in the comment section below. Tell us all about that final scene and what that felt like for you emotionally. Y'all be sure to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you can come along with us on future adventures.
Come along.